Severe points of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to my guys and goddesses know high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is. So y'all wouldn't believe what just the fuck happened, right? So literally like, all right, so this shows y'all how energy works, right? You don't know who you're gonna talk to or whatever, right? Y'all know me, regardless of anything, I give positive energy to everybody. I don't let anything mess up my vibration, my frequency, or especially anything that's been infringed on me that doesn't have anything to do with me, you know, and that's put that have a certain level of effect. Like basically, it's put there for a certain reason specifically, right? Literally, y'all, this shows you how, and this shows you how energy works. And I knew what it meant even past what he was showing me, but regardless, all of it was from a positive energy standpoint. Now, it was a long story short. A guy comes in with a woman, right? A guy comes in with a woman, right? He's with the complex cell organism, a European woman, right? Now, y'all know I'm not racist at all. You know, I lost my virginity to a white girl even, right? You know, and I shout out the human beings all the time that's unnatural to your planet, that can not have attached feelings besides the reality of what's taking place, right? So literally, he comes in with one, right? And when he came in, I just respected his divinity. I respected both of them, actually. I respected both of them. And when I respected him, you know, it was just briefly, just real fast, right? Now, right before I respected him, it was two white girls that I asked like respectfully for help, and they didn't help me. I don't think people owe me anything, so I don't get mad if someone can help me or not. And I understand even if they're in a better level financially than me, I understand how this shit is set up and try to make people reactive. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know how it is, so I don't get like offended or anything like that. But the irony, like I asked them, right? They said whatever they said. He comes in, I come back over here, give him positive energy. Y'all, right after I gave him positive energy, he came back around. Like out of him, I didn't ask him nothing. Just gave him positive energy. He comes back around, and he asked me if I wanted something to eat, if he can give me something to eat. Like he was like adamant on it. Like I just want to get you something to eat. And I told him, I said, man, you know, I said that's the kindest thing that's anyone said to me in here, because it's like, you know, I meet good people that help me out in different shapes, ways, and forms all the time. But within even people helping me out, I still get like a lot of attacks on me, whether direct or indirect. And I can read energy so well, I can just see through a lot of people, whether I tell them or not. But I'm very, very careful with what I play into, because I'm a good person, right? Even if you can understand something from a negative standpoint, you got to be very careful how much attention you give to that, you know, because you're aware for a reason to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Not to stay aligned with it, even in a form of thinking about it. So it's like, you know, I'm very careful with that. I'm just in tune on a whole different level. So like literally, as I'm talking to him, you know, I'm giving him positive energy and stuff. Let me remind you, he came in with a human being, but it's still giving him positive energy. Hey, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Reflections, peace, power, abundance to y'all, right? And this was a guy. This was a guy that came in. He with a European woman, and they come in. Her energy was nice too, though. Regardless of her genetic makeup, her energy was on 1,000. You know. Literally, so he offers, he's like, man, I just want to get you something. He's like, I just want to get you something, and I'm just like, I'm like, I appreciate it and stuff, you know, he give me something. As they're ordering in the line, right? The people that ring you up. One of them was a Latino guy that came to ring them up, right? I literally, they basically told me to come over there because I didn't want to like interfere with whatever they was getting or anything like that. But he told me to come up there, so I go in the front with them and I'm ordering with them, right? As he tells me like he's ready for me to order, the Latino guy literally tries to cut me off. He's like, I'm not done with them yet, and she just for her to tell him like he's with me, like I'm. But it just goes to show you the levels of attack that the moment anything is showing of you either going through a struggle or a financial situation, it has control over people. Because majority of people are going to view you, and if you have low self-esteem, aka not knowing who you are as a neuromelanated being, you're going to be offended and it's going to make you feel inadequate. But if you know who you are, none of that shit has an effect on you. It's more so like everybody just capitulating, and whatever it is, just whatever it is, and that's where it stays. But one thing's for certain is it doesn't have you feel less than yourself once you know what's against you as a black man on your own planet, off of the division of you, you know what I mean? And once I noticed this like over time and ongoing, I said to myself, damn, like this is really what I'm living in, man. People are literally living off of me. You hear what I'm saying? They living off the not even just the genocide in which this foundation was built on, but by us divided, and that's it. You know, trying to get individual success. You know, that's the only way that they're even able to get any of this. You know, and like I said, this is why I'm happy that the sun is separating us right now, because I understand that it's about the neuromelanated beings that don't see nor do they care about how we're being hurt and how our future would be with us that far away from who we naturally are and living against our means, right? That's what it's about. Like when I get triggered about this stuff, I just get on here and I talk about it as I get closer and closer to this shit shutting down. Before, I don't think of anything violent. I don't think rambunctious. I don't think hostile. With all the negativity that's came my way from people already today, a lot of it already got counterattacked. Like even within that situation, I'm telling y'all, and even in another situation before that. But I already know righteousness always wins, you know? And what's done in the dark always comes to the light. It's simple stuff like that. I already know these things, but I'm annoyed at the fact that this energy even being on the planet. You hear what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at with it. Like that's why it's just like I gotta protect myself so much within it, because I'm just like, damn, it's like every day it just seems like everybody's trying to use like money to like make me feel inadequate. You know, the more that they see that I'm not inadequate off of that, because I know what's infringed on me, you know? Even with me playing it though, you know what I'm saying? Like I know enough where it's like I shouldn't even be trying to play the game a little bit, but I understand that we're still in a monetary system. And regardless of us being in a monetary system still or not, as long as we're divided in a monetary system, this shit would be up. So that's why the energy's sitting the planet now to shake this whole shit up, because it's bigger than just us being divided and this life continuing amongst our division, you know? Especially when it's falling back on children. It's like it has to shut down. So that's why the radiation is here. That's why the ozone layer is being removed. That's why it's all this energy on the backside of the planet that they can't explain. And that's picking up more and more by the day, you know, changing the whole narrative and shift of this whole thing that we thought was real life, you know? Like, this is why, you know? This is why. It's a reality. I'm seeing it on everybody's face. Everybody knows it's taking place, but like I said, you know, don't be mad at the messenger. You know, I'm not. Hey, that's how I swear y'all, I'll be at a point where I'm like, I don't wish no bad blood on nobody, but when it comes about speaking about the real issues and stuff, like this is something that really needs to change, you know, because it's really bad. It's real bad, yeah. I feel like, and I know it's crazy because, like, I know that we're getting hit with some solar flares. See, that we might be getting hit with some X-class flares today, for all I know. For real. Because I feel, I'm so in tune, I feel when the energy changes. Like, I can feel it. I can feel when I get more rowdy. I can feel when I got to talk about genetics more. I can feel it when it hits me even more where I got to talk about that. There's certain times where I feel it more, and how I felt it. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day, God. Peace, power, abundance to you, bro. I'm trying to love him. Get this door for him. I gotta love him. I got it. I'll get this door. Enjoy your day. I was trying to help him out. I was gonna open the door for him, but I was just trying to hold the door for him. I don't even think he see me trying to hold the door for him. But I like this sweater. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell y'all what hurts me though, right? Because like y'all know how I was telling y'all a story about the guy, right? It wasn't nothing bad. It was straight good. But the reason why it hurts me is this, because like yesterday, that wouldn't have been anything that was that noticeable. You know what I'm saying? That would have been something that's just like regular, you know. But because it's not a lot of positive energy out here, and it's like to know people, you gotta have business with them or fucking them, and you know what I mean? Like it's not a lot of people that's just giving out positive energy just to give out positive energy. That's the reason why he was so shocked at that. But really, that's like me being regular though. You know how I am, like, but it's not a lot of that. So when he came across that, it was like it stood out, you know, and it kind of hurts my heart that it stood out because it says a lot about what we're living in. You know what I mean? Something like that shouldn't stand out. Like people should just be. But I don't know. I just realized small stuff like this, how much more so I gotta protect my heart, yo. I got to, because it's like, it's not even just from a relationship standpoint, but it's like, it's just the energy that's out here right now, you know? How do you are? Yeah. But yeah, y'all, like I said, it's beautiful though. It's beautiful, you know? All I see is like psychological problems with everybody. Because the reason why it's psychological problems because you gotta ask yourself, at what point do you see so much changes and stuff going on in the planet that you don't have cognitive dissonance no more, and then you pay attention to it, or if you ignore it and just still try to have avoidant energy and act as if like nothing has happened to make yourself feel more comfortable as these changes are taking place. Like it has to reach a pinnacle. You get what I'm saying? Where you're like, all right, just like anything 3D wise, like you'll see something and you'll be like, all right, you'll see a small piece of something 3D wise, and you'll be like, all right, I need to take initiative to this, or I need to prepare for this. But anything that's on the basis of like all this stuff and who we are and stuff, this just happens to be stuff that everybody wants to ignore because it goes against reality as they know it, and it's making them feel uncomfortable because it's not what's been told to them. But it is what it is, though, you know. And enjoy the rest of your day. God, peace, power, abundance, brother. You know. And like I said, y'all know how I tell y'all all the time about the black people that want something from this world. It's just like I just seen one just now. And ironically, I don't want to say every single black person that is very materialistic is like this. You feel me? I would have put the camera on him, but I left it alone. But that's what I'm saying. The ones that want to live like the complex cell organism and can't see the state, the docile state that we're in, and the stuff that's important, like our children being infringed on them, our children being medically, mentally evaluated from a species that with animal DNA, stuff like that. People like that, like if I would have tried to explain to him and talk to him, he's a fucking airhead. He'd probably be somebody, I would have probably slapped the shit up. Like for real. He would have probably thought, because I'm so positive, like I don't come from Baltimore City. And I would have probably turned up on his bitch ass, you feel me? And I try to stay out that side because I don't want to hurt my own people. But it's a real reality though, the ignorance because of the psychological slavery in which we're living in. Like we don't really realize how ignorant we are. Like that nigga acted like I was asking for $1 million. I just respected his divinity, you know? But we're so divided. You don't see white people treat white people like that. You don't see Asian people treat Asian people like that. We're the only people, and ironically, what this foundation is built on and who we are, it screams volumes for really what's been done to us, that we're the only species as a race even, right, that treat each other like this. Like for a black person to treat you with respect, he's going to instantly size you up about materialistic, superficial shit that doesn't even matter, you know, or you like you got to gain your respect from us when it's dealing with us. Like other races of people, other species, they're not like that, you know, or they are like that, but not entirely. Not from a collective where it's keeping them at a low rate or keeping them not working together. You know what I'm saying? But us, it's like that, you know. It's like that. And with us, and let me break it down and let y'all know how bad the damage is. Even you melanated people, even Latino people got more of a family coming close together way than us neuromelanated people. You get what I'm saying? That should make you think about something. You know, it's nothing to see Latino people, 50 of them in one house and one apartment, saving up. They're all sending money back to their wives and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They can at least come together on that point. How divided we are and how everybody's living off of it. Oh my goodness, it's disgusting, y'all. Like our brothers and sisters are looking down on him, and he don't know. He's gonna have to answer to that. Like our brothers and sisters be like, remember that one time in Dunkin' Donuts, you didn't even know that guy was just trying to love one. You didn't even know who he was to the cosmos, or even of your own lack of awareness of yourself. That's your brother. That's your mirror. You too ignorant to understand it because you think this system that's been given to you by your oppressors that you're supposed to be living like this, even while it's shutting down. You're that naive. You're that gullible. You're that lost. You know. So it's like, you know how they say, if you lost, you don't know where you're going, right? It's a perfect example. You know? Perfect example. Yeah, shout out Christian. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but it's a perfect example though. You know? It's very, very sad though. But this is the reason why I won't let go. Because I know how bad it is with us as this shift takes place. I gotta stay on it. Because that's all I see is us and that ignorant towards each other. I see so much of that on a regular basis. And it's always, whenever you see niggas like that, I hate to say it, again, I don't want to say that every nigga with money is a sellout. I know that that's not true, you know, because I meet people with money and that's taken and got all the fly shit, fly clothes, and they're not that ignorant like that, you know. But in the same time, a lot of people that I do see that's ignorant like that, they do got them things too, you know. Not to say it like that, but you know, because stereotypes are stereotypes. But the other way around, put it like this: someone that's going through a financial struggle or a poverty. I'm not saying that you can't meet some neuromelanated people that's struggling financially, that's completely lost in the sauce, but you're not going to meet a lot of them. You're not going to meet a lot of them. Not in the way the other way around. You know, you're not going to meet a lot of them because majority of them, just by being broken from it that much, they already kind of saw some stuff by that alone. Now, how much more so they did their own personal research going forward after that, that might change. But for the most part, they probably stayed on it, you know, and that's why even more so what I'm saying is the truth. Now, the other way around, someone that's really like really kicking really good, it's some of them that are aware of who they are. But the reason why it's not a lot of them, because even for a lot of them to get in those positions, they probably had to sell out their brothers and sisters in a wild way. You hear what I'm saying? Or something that was going to stand the test of time, as you know, even though time isn't real. Like they capitulated in something that was like a plant, like put somewhere in a way where it's ongoing genocide. As far as like our capitulating towards it, like meaning like they only had to capitulate towards it to be here or be put here in this way, and then after that they leave it alone, and it's continuously doing the damage going forward. You know what I'm saying? So like this is what I'm saying. Like you really gotta really listen to what I'm saying, but it's real spill though. You know, real spill. But I'm gonna tap in with y'all though. I value y'all, respect y'all. I'm about to start my day and everything. But me starting my day was me having to survive, getting through half the day with the suicidal thoughts that I got, and just another day being separated from my child. Even though this is the end of it, you know, paternity test, DNA, all of that, you know, it's not even spoke about that much. It's like, oh, you're just doing the right thing for your kid, but what about you still not being with your kid while you're doing the right thing for your kid because of someone that tried to take you from your kid? You know what I'm saying? What about that? Like, that's mental damage in that, you know? Nobody want to talk about it, though. But this is Viewpoints with RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all the guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Be great. The world is yours. Stand for children. Try to eat as healthy as you can. Do something for somebody that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tap in with y'all in like a little bit. You know what I'm saying?